Hey, it's Brock with Straight Line Delivery, and the title of this video is exactly the way I feel and probably the same way you feel. Freight is a mess sometimes. Miscommunication, wrong addresses, wrong pickup info. The load's not ready. The load's bigger, smaller, taller. It requires tarps and they said it didn't. Picks up till 3 and not 4. Everything can be a mess. So my tip to you is just assume everybody you're dealing with is incompetent and incorrect about the information they're giving you. So because there are so many links in this chain when it comes to putting together freight, everyone else just assume they're wrong and you double check it because you're the one that ultimately pays the price if anybody in that chain is incorrect. So what I tell people to do, if you've got a load that you're going to go pick up, strap down and tarp off, double check the address that the broker gives you, or the customer, if it's not a direct customer. Double check the address, do a Google search. With Google, we just had this happen, that's why it's fresh in my mind. With Google, they have to kind of say, yes, this is my address, this is where we're at. Then, of course, call the people and say, are you really at this address? Is this where you unload? Because I've had circumstances where we're given an address to pick up, but it's actually their corporate office. They don't accept deliveries there. It's not even in the same town sometimes. Or sometimes corporate is here on this street and shipping and receiving is back on this street. It's the same building but a different address, and they don't allow trucks up front. So as soon as you get a rate confirmation and you go, okay, here's what I'm doing. Before you take off, double check it on Google Maps, then have a look on Google Earth and see what the building looks like. If it's clear that, First Street is nothing but business entrances and Second Street is obviously where they want trucks, you can save yourself some hassle there, especially with a bunch of one-way streets and all that kind of jazz. If you can't get a hold of anybody, I would trust Google over the broker if the addresses vary. Then the next thing I would do is I would call the broker and I would call the customer, leave messages. That way you're on record at a specific time, not like 2 minutes before you're supposed to pick up, but before you leave with the load to deliver it. Is this the correct delivery address? Am I going to run into any trouble? That gives them time to work on that. And if they don't, the closer you get, once you get to the building, assuming it's in the same town and it's not that screwed up, then you can kind of work backward from there. But you want to get, moving, and you don't want to waste your time. The way the world works now, seems like, especially after COVID, is customer service, attention to detail, people doing their jobs properly has just gone down the tubes. And what used to be, hey, I expect to have this, like you order something from Lowe's to fix your house. You expect them to have it or be able to get it the next day. Then things turn into days and like weeks and we can't get it, and it's just too bad. That's the way it goes. It's kind of like they were setting us up, getting us ready for just a less fulfilled and a less productive world. But that's not where we want to be as a driver. If you own your own truck and you're driving your own truck, you just have to sort this puzzle out yourself, because the person who ultimately loses if things don't go well is you. The people that book the load, the people that, are shipping the load, they're not going to lose out. They do this all day, every day. They make their money in volume. If your load's not right, so what? It's not that big a deal to them. It might be a big deal to the person getting the load. That might be a problem, but they might not be the weak link in the chain. You have to trust but verify. That's an old Reagan saying, right? So yeah, you've worked with this broker a lot, or you've worked with this customer a lot. Well, let's verify some of this information. Does Google say that address still exists? Can you see it on Google Earth and go, I kind of expand it on my phone, get my phone out, Google Earth, boom, I expand it. I'm like, okay, that's obviously offices in the front, shipping in the back. I'm sure they want me actually on 2nd Street, not 1st Street. So you can't be the weak link in the chain, meaning not only do you have to do everybody else's job. That's just the harsh reality of it. You have to make sure you do your job perfectly. You don't want to be that weak link. So if you're somebody who runs late all the time, always has breakdowns, has raggedy equipment, tarps and straps that are shot, tires that are half balled, you've already got enough things that can get screwed up in your day by other people. You've got to operate perfectly if you want to maximize what you can make in this industry. And it's a difference between $500 and $1,000 a week. Because if you have one person screw up in a week and put you a few hours behind, and then you screw up and put you a few hours behind, that's the difference between getting another load and not. So that's my hot tip for everybody today. The more professionals, the more competent people you can work with, the better. But everybody knows, even if you've got that great customer that sends you out somewhere and you have to use a load board and work with a stranger to get back to that good customer, you're working with somebody who you are not experienced working with or necessarily confident in their abilities. In that case, when you're working with somebody new that you don't necessarily know whether their word is good or not, trust what they say, sign their rate confirmation, agree to the load, and then from there on, you double check everything they told you and you make sure you're perfect. If you do that, you're talking about earning an extra 30, 40, 50 grand a year. Literally, I've seen it with so many drivers. I've been doing this since 2011. The drivers that do that and let their dispatchers know what their plan is and when they'll be empty, full communication, those guys earn more money per square foot of truck than anybody else. I don't care whether they're driving an older truck and they don't have as much experience. The person that communicates the most from start to finish talks to the shipper, talks to the receiver, emails the broker, and then emails their dispatcher and stays on target. And if things change, tell everybody. Take a few minutes when you're pulled over for lunch, pulled over fueling, send that text or send that email. Here's what's happening. Here's my plan. I'll let you know if those things change drastically. That literally can make a difference. 20, 30, 40 grand a year. Easy. Easy. All right, that's my rant for the day. I'll leave information at the end of this video. I'm always hiring flatbeds, step decks, sometimes hot shots. Not always, but sometimes. So if you've got a hot shot, you've already got one and you're having any kind of trouble, or you've got a flatbed or step deck and you've got questions, maybe you're running your own show, info at the end of the video, call me or email me. And when you email, you'll talk to me, not somebody else, not some computer. Contacting me through Facebook is sometimes it hides the messages from me. So just shoot me an email or call me on the number right at the end of this video. Thanks and have a great day.